everybody, welcome to the Count Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and if you were listening to this, then you probably know earlier this week, massive news dropped. Something along the lines of Wonder Woman is moving to HBO Max on the 25th. That's a big thing, because Patty Jenkins was very adamant that she wanted this movie to go to theaters. She was very adamant about it, which in a way she's still gonna get what she wants, because it's not only coming out on HBO Max, it's coming out in any theater that will show it around the 25th. So I might go to the theater and see it. I don't know. Or if HBO Max still has their free trial, which I think they might. I mean, they could get rid of it next month, but, maybe not. If they still have their free trial, because I haven't used it yet, I'm probably going to just use the free trial and watch it. Yeah, I probably am. I know eventually I might end up having to get it just to watch some of the DC stuff, because, even though I am a Marvel guy, I still want to be able to watch some of that DC stuff, because, you never know, I might like some of that stuff. I might end up loving the Batman, Matt Reeves' The Batman, and then wanting to see all the spin-off shit that he's doing, but... after I seen it, but, I might end up loving the Suicide Squad and wanting to see Peacemaker, so, and they got the whole Green Lantern thing coming, so eventually, I will end up probably having to worm my way over to HBO Max, eventually, but I'm not in a rush to do it, and if I can get that free trial to watch Wonder Woman, I will. Now, a lot of people are freaking out. A lot of people freaked out. A lot of stuff happened after the aftermath of that. Disney, for one, decided to basically move a lot of their, not a lot of movies, but basically all their, what's the word I'm looking for? All their, live action, because they had this live action Cruella de Vil origin story with Emma Stone in it. It kind of had a steampunk looking vibe to it. Like if you saw the images, it kind of had like a weird steampunk looking vibe to it. They had a new Peter Pan, and what else did they have? They had something else too. I think they had Pinocchio. They were making a live action Pinocchio with Tom Hanks in it. So they had some other movies coming down the pipeline. They're moving those movies over to Disney Plus. They refuse to talk about fucking Black Widow. They're like, hold on. But anyways, why did Warner Brothers make this move? Simple. HBO Max isn't. See, HBO Max is doing the opposite of Disney Plus. HBO Max, it hasn't quite been around a year yet, but the same numbers but it does not have anywhere near the equal amount of numbers that Disney Plus had. And you gotta remember, Disney Plus came out before the pandemic, so it didn't have the same advantages as HBO Max did. HBO Max came out during the pandemic. And everyone's at home, all people have to do is subscribe to the subscription to services. So HBO Max, came out during the pandemic, and combined regular HBO and HBO Max have 30-something million. Combined. Not HBO Max on its own. Combined with regular HBO, which I guess they just combine the numbers to make it look better. Disney Plus by itself just has about 75 million subscribers. By itself. That's not even when you add in the subscriptions from Hulu and the subscriptions from ESPN Plus. Which they could do, that would put it over 100 million subscribers. That would put it directly behind, Disney Plus is directly behind Netflix. It's only been around for a year, and it's already directly behind Netflix. And let's put it this way, HBO Max screwed the pooch anyways. They finally worked out some of the kinks, but when the HBO Max came out, it only became available on Fire Stick just a couple weeks ago. They're finally working on a deal with Roku. Finally. So basically, HBO Max has been around for almost 7 months. And for 7 months, you haven't been able to use it on Roku or Fire Stick. For 7 months, multiple things on there not only got pulled, for 7 months when you get the catalog, you don't know what's going to be on there or not, because they're all constantly losing movies off of there. At least when you get Disney Plus, you know that they're going to be there. If it's a movie that Disney's not stupid. They're not putting anything on there that they're going to have to remove. If it's on there, it's fucking on there. And if they can't put it, and if they have to remove it, if they put it on there and it has to be removed, they're going to just wait until they don't have to have it be removed. And that's what they'll put the whole, it'll be here on this date when we can have it completely. But HBO Max still struggling with that. They had to abort something, because when HBO Max first came out, after the first month of its release, half of the DC catalog was going to be taken off. After the first couple months of its release, the entire Harry Potter franchise that they were promoting was taken off. So HBO Max has had this weird rough go. It's really been like like I said, it's been really rough. And it's had a lot of ups and it has had well, not really a lot of ups, a lot of downs. The only saving grace for HBO Max, at least that I've heard, is that they have a lot of really cool original content. A lot of high quality original content that really no one's talking about. But they don't get the same attention that Disney Plus gets, because Disney, like, as all the stuff they got, and people always say that Disney Plus only has The Mandalorian. Well, guess what? The Mandalorian means twice as much as all the original content that HBO's coming out with, because nobody even knows what the fuck the name is of all half that shit that HBO's coming out with. Guess what? Everybody knows The Mandalorian. And like, that's what kind of made me go, I don't like so many people when this Wonder Woman thing happened were like, oh, they're gonna put Black Widow on Disney Plus now. That's what they're gonna do. I was like, first of all, no, they're not, because they don't need to. Because the reason why Warner Brothers moved Wonder Woman to HBO Max, and now it's even being reported by Deadline that there was another alternative. There was other reason behind that as well. Other than the one about they want to rise their numbers up. Their numbers aren't where they want them to be. They feel like they're way behind Disney, which they really are. And the thing about it is, they're way behind Disney. And Disney has The Mandalorian coming out, and soon they'll have Soul coming out on the 25th, and then after that they're gonna have WandaVision coming out. So Disney's they're only gonna get higher. It's only gonna rise. Like, the subscription base is only gonna rise. And they're going to just lag behind because none of their big stuff is coming out anytime soon. The biggest thing they have coming out the soonest is the Snyder Cut. That's not coming out until mid-2021. So that's the next big thing you got coming out, because none of the other stuff is that big. So they made the choice to move Wonder Woman to get some noise, to make some noise, to try to get some waves, to try to get some eyes on it. Now, multiple people have also reported that one of the big reasons why they moved Wonder Woman to HBO Max was to make the bottom line look better, so that they can make corporate can make their numbers look better to their investors. So it's a short, and I've heard that they're thinking of this as a short-term game. They really don't care how much they lose overall on Wonder Woman, as long as they look good in the temporary. And that sounds like a slippery slope, but you know what? They can do whatever the hell they want with their movie. I don't think Black Widow's gonna get moved. Probably not, because I don't think Disney's really like I said. Technically, just sitting on a movie is paying for it because you're hemorrhaging money. Like, it's not like you think. You think like, oh, the movie's they're just sitting on it, and they're sitting on it, and they could just put the tin, whatever, put the hard drive that the movie's on, just put it off to the side, just chill out and just wait until they get the green light to get back to marketing and put the movie out. But it's not like that. Every time a movie's delayed, it costs money. That's why a lot of movies just release. That's why most movies don't get delayed multiple times. The only movies you see get delayed multiple times are tiny movies or massive movies. Those are the only movies you see get delayed a bunch of times. Like, if the movie ain't worth it, like they just release it. It's just like it costs money to delay a movie, to bring up the market. Because when you market something and then delay it, that marketing money was wasted. That money was wasted. That's like $25 million right down the drain. That's like it didn't even go towards anything. And it just makes it harder and then you just have to put the film out. Eventually you have to put the film out. So they can't just hold on to it forever. But with the whole vaccine thing coming, well, a lot of people think they have vaccines coming. A lot of people are holding out hope that, America will resemble something ordinary, like, when the panic is kind of grabbed down. Because, the hope is that once we have a vaccine that works, it doesn't have any crazy side effects, that people will be comfortable enough to be like, okay, I can go out to the theaters and whatnot because there's a vaccine. So, even if I did get COVID, I could just get the vaccine. That's the idea. Or, the vaccine. Well, actually, vaccine is like you take it so then you don't have to you'll never get it. So, like, that's the idea, everyone gets this vaccine, so no one, so people feel more comfortable because they can't get COVID because they have resistance to COVID. So then, people be comfortable enough to go back to the movies. That's the hope. But obviously, Wonder Woman didn't. The boys up at HBO didn't think Warner Brothers or AT&T, because those are the guys who are making decisions now. You have to remember that Warner Brothers isn't making decisions for itself anymore. AT&T owns it, and AT&T are making decisions for Warner Brothers. But the thing about it is that it's still going to come out in theaters. In fact, apparently, it's only going to be in theater. It's only going to be on Wonder Woman 80, what is it, 86, 84? Wonder Woman 84 is only going to be on HBO Max for a month. Then it's going to leave HBO Max, and then it's going to be in theaters for a couple months, and then it's going to come back. Like I said, people, like I said, HBO Max has a lot of shit going on. But yeah, personally, I don't really know. I will say this, though. If this thing works, and it's hugely successful, and it's really successful, and it, like, boosts, if HBO Max gets even 5 million more subscribers, even a couple million subscribers more, it would have been a success. Maybe probably not a success as in making the amount of money they would have made, because Wonder Woman was probably going to make around $800 million to maybe a bill. Maybe. It was going to make about $800 million. They were going to pocket a smooth $350 million, maybe 400. So it's going to be hard to make that money up, which is why I've always been against moving some of these big movies, because from a business perspective, there's just no way to make a profit off of moving these huge movies to Disney Plus or HBO Max, because you had to make $400 million in profit because you go from making $400 million in profit to, like, at best $100 million. You know, it's a big difference. You go from making like Endgame, like Avengers Endgame made Disney over $1 billion in profit. It's not gonna make that on Disney Plus. It's just not. Like, it's not gonna give them that quite a big of a number. You know, it just is what it is. And, you know, it's one of those things where this could be a slippery slope if this does succeed. And if this succeeds, you can bet your ass that Disney might have to look really hard at moving Black Widow. If this works, if Wonder Woman 86 blows up on HBO Max, they really have to look hard in the mirror and go, maybe we do need to move this. And even I will have to go, well, look, if it worked for them, you gotta get this shit out. You're sitting on it, you're hemorrhaging money, you gotta get it out. So, but thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please leave me a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.